Hello, friends. Welcome to today's football prediction on Betkraft. All right, we know that today is another beautiful Friday morning, and some games going on across the globe. And we also know that the European Championship is currently, observing break for the next round of the competition. All right, and today we do have a few club games that we brought forward and looked into, and also made our parties on these games and brought forward for you. We'll be looking at these games in a short while, but I want to take this time to, ask those of us who are coming across our video for the first time who are yet to subscribe to kindly take our time to hit the subscription button down there so that don't miss out on our subsequent games that will be coming up. They'll be posted on a daily basis on this very channel. All right, that being said, let's head to the business of today. Without further ado, we do have matches in Norway and also Ireland and Egypt and also in Iceland. Those are the countries that made up our games today. And today we're starting with the very first game. It is actually in Norway, where we'll have Tromsø who will be up against Molde. Okay, and as usual, we'll take a look at how these teams fared in the recent games and also compare them to with how they have been faring from home and away perspective. You can see that for Tromsø, in the past 6 games that they had recently, they've been able to achieve 3 wins. They've also had 2 losses as well as 1 draw. And when you take it down, and also their away side, on the other hand, Molde have been able to achieve 3 wins as well, but they've had 1 loss as well as 2 draws in the past 6 games that they had so far. So when you take it down to how both sides have fared from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side Tromsø have been able to achieve 4 wins in the past 10 home games. They've also had 6 losses alongside, and it goes to show that even from home, they have lost 60% of the last 10 home games that they had so far. And checking the away side, Molde, they've been able to achieve 8 wins. They've been able to achieve 7 wins in the past 10 away games. They've also had 2 losses as well as 1 draw. It goes to show that they've been able to achieve a 70% victory in the past 10 away games that they had so far. So it tells you that they are doing very well at the moment. And also, what I've mentioned is the fact that for the away side, 8 games out of the past 10 away games that they played so far, they have actually produced a lot of goals and have actually seen a scoreline that is over 2.5. And putting all that together, we do expect to see a high scoring game in this very encounter. And seeing the last time that both teams met, we saw Tromsø defeating this side by 4-1 from away. But Molde is currently in a better shape at the moment, and they've been scoring a lot of goals. And our verdict for this very encounter is actually tilting towards their away side. We expect to see their away side either to win or draw plus over 1.5 goals. So away side winning or draw plus 2 goals. That's our expectation in this very game. All right, and that takes us to the next for the today, and it actually is in Norwegian League once again, where we'll have Salzburg who will be up against Bodo Glimt. Right, and when you take a look at how Salzburg fared in recent occasions, you can see that in the past 6 they've been able to manage just 1 win, but they've had 5 losses in the past 6 games that they had so far. And we side Bodo Glimt have been able to achieve 3 wins, 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the past 6 encounters that they had. And when you look at how both sides have fared from home and away perspective, you can as well see that the home side Salzburg have been able to achieve 3 wins and 1 draw playing from home in the past 10 home games, but they've also had 6 losses in the past 10 home games that they have so far. It also means that they're actually doing poorly playing from home, seeing that they've been able to win 30% of their past 10 home games. But on their away side, Bodo Glimt playing from away have been able to achieve 8 victories out of the past 10 games that they had. They've had 1 loss and also 1 draw, and that draw was actually in Champions League, where they played out a 2-2 draw against the Ajax in Champions League. So it goes to show that Bodo Glimt have been doing exceedingly well even when playing from away. So we do expect away side being very, very dominant. Also head-to-head proceedings have always seen Bodo Glimt being very, very dominant in this very fixture, seeing that 7 times out of 10 in the last 10 home head-to-head meetings for both sides, Both claims have always been dominant. They have won 7 out of those 10. So we do expect them to repeat the feat, seeing that they've won the last 5 head-to-head meetings for this encounter. So we do expect our West side Both claims winning outrightly in this very encounter. That's our very good at very game, and that takes us to the next for today. And that the next game is actually in Island Premier Division, where we have a Derry City who will be up against Drogheda United. Okay, Derry City have been able to achieve 4 wins in the past 6 games. They've also had 2 draws, and Drogheda United have just managed 1 draw in the past 6 games, but have lost 5 out of those 6 games that they played with an occasion. So when you take a look at how they fared from home and away, you can see clearly that the home side, Derry City have been able to achieve 6 wins playing from home. They've also had 2 draws as well as 2 losses. They've been able to win 60% of their home games. It goes to show that they're doing above average from home. And away side, on the other hand, Drogheda United have managed just 2 draws from away, but have lost 8 games out of the past 10 away games that they had so far. They're doing poorly. They have not managed a single win in the past 10 away games that they had so far. So it is easy to expect the home side, to rise to the occasion, seeing that they've been able to achieve 60% of the home win. And we do expect Derry City, who are the home side, to rise to the occasion and win this game outrightly. So our verdict is the home side to win outrightly. That's our verdict for that very account. And that takes us to the next for the day. And the next is actually in Egypt. Egyptian Premier League, where we have the best side in Africa, as I say all the time, Al Ahly, who will be up against FACO. Al Ahly have been able to achieve 5 wins in the past 6 games that they have so far. They've been able to achieve 1 draw as well. And FACO, on the other hand, their West side have been able to manage just 2 wins in the past 6, 2 draws as well, and also 2 losses. So when you take it a look to how both sides have fared from home and away perspective, you can see that Al Ahly, the home side, have been able to achieve 8 wins from home in the past 10 home games that they had so far. They've also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss in the past 10 home games. And the away side, on the other hand, FACO have managed to achieve 5 draws from away. They've also had one win as well as 2 losses, and the recent loss was in the match against Zamalek, where they lost out by 2-0. And in this very encounter, we do expect to see Al Hilal, who has been very dominant also in the head-to-head proceedings. We've seen them in the past 5 head-to-head. I've always seen Al Ahly picking up the victory in this very tie, and on 4 occasions out of 5. So we do expect to see Al Hilal, who have actually won this FACO from away actually this very month on the 14th of June this year. So we do expect them to actually replicate the feat once again, this time around playing from home. It is home win. That's our value for that very encounter. And that will take us to the next game, and which happens to be the last for the day. Like I said earlier, we have a very few amount of games today, seeing that the European Championship is actually on break. So the last game for the day is in Iceland, where we have the very difficult name to pronounce out there. It is Hafnarfjörður coming up against Breidablik. Okay, the home side, Hafnarfjörður, have been able to manage 1 win in the past 6, but they've also had 2 draws as well as 3 losses. And the away side, Breidablik, have been able to produce 4 wins in the past 6 games that they had, but they also had 2 draws in the past 6 games. So when you take a look at how both sides have fared from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side, Hafnarfjörður, have been able to manage 4 wins from home. They've also had 5 losses as well as 1 draw. And what is much more prominent in this outing is the fact that the past 10 home games for the home side, it has actually produced high scoring encounter, high score line actually on 9 occasions out of those 10. So it has actually seen over 2.5 on 9 occasions out of those 10 games that they played from home. And the away side also have seen a very similar situation, seeing that they've been able to win 6 games from the past 10 away games, and have actually lost 3 games and have had 1 draw. But also appearing for the away side is a lot of goals too. In the past 10 away games have actually produced a high scoring encounters, on 8 occasions out of 10 actually. So they have seen the scoreline that is over 2.5 on 8 occasions out of 10. So it goes to show that it is very predominant goal scoring in this very league. We expect to see a lot of goals in this very one. So the last time both teams met saw Red and Blake. That was in April this year, defeating this side by 2-0. So we do expect a repeat of this in this very encounter. We expect to see the away side winning or drawing plus 2 goals. That's our verdict for that very encounter, and that concludes our predictions for you, football predictions for you on Betkraft today. And tomorrow is a very big day, Saturday. Definitely we're going to have a lot of games going on tomorrow, and we're going to come back here with our predictions. But until then, I want to wish you very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green. Remember to also play responsibly. It is only a football game. It can go either way. That being said, tomorrow is another day, but until then, keep winning.